The first mission of the CIA, when it was started in 1947, was called Operation Paperclip. And Operation Paperclip was an effort to get the Nazi scientists, many of whom were sentenced to death or who were facing prosecution at Nuremberg, to smuggle them out on ratlines and put them to work developing bioweapons and chemical weapons and nuclear weapons and missile systems in the United States. So a lot of them ended up in Fort Detrick. They ended up down in Galveston or one of the Navy labs. And that was the beginning of the United States bioweapons program. And everything, and the U.S. bioweapons program inherited the culture from Germany and from Japan. And I talk a lot about this. Japan was the one nation that really had used bioweapons at an industrial scale. They killed 500,000 Chinese during their war with which was coterminous with World War II. So that war started. They were fighting the Chinese since the mid-30s, and they were using bioweapons. They were not big on chemical weapons because they didn't have the oil stocks. They didn't have the oil resources. So they really leaned on bioweapons programs, and they had done more than anybody to develop bioweapons. They had huge laboratories. They did live vivisections on 3,000 human beings, mainly Chinese, but people of every race, including U.S. soldiers that they captured. And they would give them a disease, and then they would dissect them alive without anesthesia and extract their organs. They wanted to look at the living organ. So they had all of these cultures, and they had all of this knowledge, this technical know-how. And the intelligence agencies and the military wanted to start to figure it out, to start our own bioweapons program. So they brought those, they exonerated those groups, and they brought them over to the United States. And what I show is that the U.S. bioweapons program, from the beginning, inherited not just the cultures and the techniques, but also the kind of moral bankruptcy of the Nazi and Japanese scientists that was incredibly persistent within that program up until the modern time. And so the more I found out about it, the more important I felt it was for people to understand